Namaskar, welcome to the True Hunt. As we are aware that we have witnessed a grand successful event of the third Global Maritime India Summit held in Mumbai. And to discuss about the outcomes from the event, we have got the man behind who is called as the hard-hitting Karanjikar, as quoted by one of the news articles, is with us. Captain Gajanan Karanjikar with us. Sir, welcome to the True Hunt. And of course, we had a grand event witnessed in Mumbai related to the third Global Maritime India Summit. So what is your say? What are the take-homes from those events which held in these 3 days? What would you like to say, sir?
Namaskar, Gaurav. Thank you very much, first of all. And I really like the way True Hunt is following the maritime world today, which is the need of the hour. And I really congratulate your channel as well as the viewers of your channel for making you do the maritime events and maritime news. And this will bring a lot of maritime visibility into the viewership as well as to the general public, mindset, because maritime is somehow neglected. As you rightly said, the Global Maritime India Summit 2023 was the third Maritime India Summit, and this time it was global because we had about 28 countries participating, 170 delegates taking part into it and all that, so all those statistics are available on the net for people to see. The grand success in terms of attendance, in terms of discussions, and really that motto of connect, collaborate was totally fulfilled by the summit. And all thanks to the Ministry of Shipping in Delhi as well as the Indian Port Association, because their hard work. In fact, if you remember, the Prime Minister has shifted the venue from Delhi to Mumbai just a month before. And to pull out such a big feat in 1 month is really a humongous task.
Sir, I would like to mention that is highly commendable. And as the marine industry is majorly, operating in the seaport areas, one of the areas which is Mumbai. So that is highly commendable. Sir, of course, I'll take your attention towards the question. We will talk about the key issues which the government has also been consistently working on. We'll start with the coastal shipping and inland transportation. So how this summit took these kind of initiatives in this particular areas?
Very rightly so. The Global Maritime India Summit, as you know, government managed to forge 360 plus MOUs worth 10 lakh crores. And that is a huge opportunity for industry to get into the projects. Also, the Prime Minister's remotely inaugurating it, he unveiled a blue economy framework for India. Answering your particular question on coastal shipping, government has been really trying to boost the coastal shipping for two reasons. Number one is to do the model shift from rail to road to the coastal shipping because environmentally better. It is also very cost effective. It will also lead to the lesser congestion on the road and the cargo ability.
So now we'll move on to give a glimpse on the decarbonization part. So what is your say on that?
My entire speech was based on that. There was a seafarers session, first time in the Maritime India Summit this time. What do the seafarers contribute to? The seafarers are connected to maritime is connected to entire world. The logistics, supply chain management, talk about your day-to-day need things, running import, export, everything. So decarbonization is also one of the drives, which are postulated drives for global warming. We all are feeling the effects of global warming today. So decarbonization of shipping is a very important aspect where the International Maritime Organization also has given the goals to the shipping to come down to the... And again, our net zero policy is what Government of India has promised, actually agreed. Despite being a developing nation, to commit to the decarbonization is very, very important. Seafarers are leading this on the front for decarbonization efforts in the world, because it is said that the shipping uses the heavy fuel and it has got a more carbon dioxide. So the GHG emissions control and the alternative fuel regime which is coming in, the seafarers are leading the entire world for it. Not only Indian seafarers, all seafarers.
Sir, now we'll move on towards the finance and reinsurance part.
It's the area where India hasn't been much active. Shipping finance has been a worry of kind of thing for Indian entrepreneurs. So I think rightly so, Finance Minister attending the session and leading it from front has really unveiled a lot of opportunities, even for banks to think about shipping finance cycles. So this is going to be a very important aspect of this, and GMIS has rightly so pointed it out. So let us wait now till the time the banks really come into this. Insurance sector also, since we don't have a protection and indemnity clubs in India owned by India, so we are losing the foreign exchange. So our dependence on the world will definitely reduce, because you see, Atmanirbhar Bharat ka yahi ek मूल मंत्र है कि we should be doing everything ourselves in India.
I would like to mention that attending the session myself, also there are various things which have been promised, especially with the finance and the policy initiatives to make this global maritime India summit a successful one. And apart from that, the progress with the maritime industry. Sir, with this, I would like to take your attention towards the arbitration, which was mentioned in the sessions as well. That I would like to read out a point on arbitration, that India has already passed the arbitration bill, which is on the part of India, is showing a step which has strengthened towards the arbitration. But apart from that, if we see it otherwise, don't you think that the arbitration courts should be there in India? People going from India to abroad to address their cases in different sections. So what is your take on that? When India is putting a step forward, why not India is getting a support from the international community in this regard?
Arbitration is basically a process where you don't get courts involved to avoid loss of face and loss of business and things like that. So it's basically a process which is done out of the court. Now, to do that, two things are very importantly required, which India is now getting. Number one, a domain knowledge in maritime. Number two is a trust. You see, trust in the world is very important. Now we have an arbitration center which is coming up in India now. So I'm sure definitely the world is looking at India in a different way. Prime Minister Modi's entire foreign policy change. The world is looking at us with more trustworthy and having more maritime domain knowledge. So looking at that, definitely the arbitration center will definitely take off and we'll have the world support for it.
Then why a word of arbitration court is used? Because I attended the session. They were many times using the word of arbitration court. It's just from my understanding.
The proceedings are done like a court.
So, sir, we can give it a word of arbitration court.
We can call it a court, and the person who does arbitration is a very renowned person who has a lot of maritime knowledge, maritime domain knowledge, plus he has got a lot of, track record of being unbiased and things like that.
We would like to move on towards the shipbuilding, repair and recycling. With shipbuilding, I would like to mention that INS Vikrant is a big example of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, indigenously built INS Vikrant. So what would you like to say? What is the future of this industry, which has set an example showcasing to the world that India can build better quality, modernized ships?
See, the shipbuilding industry in India has really taken a backseat for all years, as we know. For simple reason that, our shipyards were basically catering to Indian Navy. So we had no space to, kind of cater to a commercial Navy or building of boats. But now if you see, in last 5 years almost, government focus on Indian shipbuilding has increased so much. Shipyard in Kochi, which is led by one of the very prominent maritime leaders, and is doing very well. Also, other shipyards, small shipyards in India, are also going to do very well. So shipbuilding and ship recycling also go hand in hand, and ship recycling with we are really others. We have so many vessels coming into the Alang Bhavnagar. We are also very competitive rate. The Hong Kong Convention of recycling also has been ratified by India now. So all these things are going to put India on the world map.
Sir, when we say doing business in an easy way, as government is also promoting ease of doing business, with this ease, we have got innovation and technology coming in. So how do you see that? Though maritime industry is focusing on digitalization a lot. So what would you like to say on this, sir?
A lot of innovation has been brought in logistics industry by India. Okay, now you see the logistics industry is thriving on innovation. Every month there are at least 10 to 12 startups happening in logistics industry. Similarly, in shipping also, technological advancement is must. We are looking at, upskilling our seafarers now in a big way, so we can supply the skilled manpower to the world. And also look at our ship run in a most technological advancement way, because that is the need of the hour. Today we need to have a fuel efficient ship. Today we need to have a efficiently run vessels, and also the ports. So if you look at the ports, you're not only looking at modernization of ports or the inland interland connectivity and road connectivity. We are also looking at the improving the ports to see that the atmosphere is not impacted negatively.
Sir, I would like to put my last question on the key aspects what we discussed is about the maritime safety, security, and of course the tourism, which can't be left. And especially with the Mumbai ports, there are lots and lots of things coming up for the cruise as well. So what is your say on that?
See, if you look at the India as such a rich maritime history, if you see there was a huge hall in GMIS about the National Museum Heritage Complex, which has been built in local. And that complex is going to be a very huge complex and is going to really change the maritime history awareness in India. As you grow on this maritime tourism, coastal security will always be built up, automatically. Coastal security, we have the past history of people, entering through sea and things like that. We know it, 2611 is a live example of that. After that, there have been a lot of initiatives taken by Indian government, Indian Maharashtra government, to boost the coastal security along the coast. So the basic requirement of coastal security is putting the eyes and ears and the projects on the Indian coast. Once you do that, automatically the coastal security is going to be taken care of. And as I said, the blue economy policy has come in. A lot of blue economy projects will come in. Coastal tourism is one of them. Maritime heritage has a lot to contribute and a lot of awareness has to be built in.
Sir, you talked about various aspects related to the third Global Maritime India Summit for the maritime industry. Sir, last words in nutshell from the expectations in the near future.
I would really visit the Indian Port Association and Ministry of Shipping, and also Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is honoring it or running it from the front. And unveiling a blue economy policy is going to be a game changer in the entire shipping industry and maritime industry of India. Be it security, be it shipping business, be it coastal shipping, or be it a maritime training. Blue economy has got lots of potential for us to take us to fighter economy at any time. So I'm really happy that this was unveiled this time, the entire policy framework, and including the enhancement of the port infrastructure, port connectivity, Sagarmala, you name a maritime subject which was discussed in the Global Maritime India Summit. So I'm really thankful that the entire that objective of collaborating and connecting with people and the business houses was established and achieved by Global Maritime India Summit. Now we have to take forward opportunities which are forced into GMIS in a bigger way. As I said in my last interview also, making those KPIs, making those milestones and deliverables coming 3 to 5 years is what is going to really put this GMIS objectives into the use.
Thank you so much, sir. This was Captain Gajanan Karanjikar with us.